Good morning. Good morning and shit. Good morning to the fam. Come in the room. We about to educate the folk. We about to educate the folk for real. You know what I mean? We educating folks. First thing in the morning, we educating folk. I'm playing this shit on my phone. Jennifer Lee, Joe Stewart. Yeah. Gotta find their ass on Facebook. I got one person in the room. Shout out to that one person. Low baby. Money man, what's up, bro? My fucking computer broke that I make the beats on. My computer broke that I make the beats on. My laptop broke that I engineer on Pro Tools and Logic. It's just like it's been a bad couple of days, but you know how that go. It's part of the game. I keep telling people it's a spiritual warfare going on out here, but I'm at war with a lot of invisible spirits. 2 people in the room. Shout out to y'all. 9 a.m. We out here going crazy first thing in the morning. ADOS FBA shit. But yeah, I'm about to throw on that black media. God damn, man. Oh, they trying to end the beef. They trying to end the beef and shit. Let me see if you can y'all see this shit. Hold on. Look, they trying to end the beef. Let's peace party. No, this shit ain't never over, dog. This shit ain't never over. But yeah. My computer broke. My computer crashed that I make the beats on. So my SoundCloud stagnated. My shit was doing 2,000 views a day. See, that's why I said it's a spiritual warfare going on. It's an invisible force out there that really wants to stop what I'm trying to do. And I'm just doing too much. All right, but let me throw in this black media, though. Okay? We're going to throw on this black media, and we're going to get it popping. We're going to educate the people. I need to be educated personally. So this is my personal playlist. This is my personal playlist that I'm about to put y'all on.
Protected. It's showtime. And I got the protection.
Oh my God. See what I mean? See, this is why I'm beefing with everybody on here. Because these niggas be doing goofy shit, man. Goofy. All right, I'm putting that phone down. That's why I wasn't even caught up in that. I wasn't too caught up in that shit. I wasn't too caught up in the whole phone thing. But I gotta educate the people first thing in the morning. My brothers and sisters, you dig?
Oh, I'm live on
Money man.
Let's go.
Let me pull up this goddamn black media shit.
Oh, I'm live on the tube. Let's go.
Okay.
Just went 30 rounds on my bitch, son.
I'm about to turn on this fan. I'm sweating because I'm fat. That's all that is. I'm sweating because I'm fat. Period. I be sweating, getting dressed. I get sweat, moving around. I'm fat. I'm just fat. But we live. Okay. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed. We gonna start off with Tariq Nasheed because y'all know how I'm rocking. Y'all know how I get down, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm doing too much. First thing in the morning, I'm just doing too much. Okay.
Yeah. It's that time.
Hold on, I gotta throw in my OG Tyreek. Big Rico.
It's that time.
Shout out to Big
Late night
Rico.
creep. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tariq Radio. I am your gracious host. My name is Tariq Nasheed. Glad to have y'all tuning in on the late night show. We're doing it on time. Gentlemen, we're going to take that real quick commercial break. So I don't want you to move a muscle because we will be right back right here on Tariq Radio.
Yo, you still ain't getting with me? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step
All right,
up
y'all
your
see
game.
this shit, right?
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is 90-minute, step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the
I don't
woman
know
you
if y'all
want.
can hear this
Go to
shit or not, but-
badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.
Have you ever wondered why some people who are not as qualified as you, not as smart as you, or as talented as you can achieve so much phenomenal success out here in the world? If you want to learn the secrets and be ready for change,
Don't flag the video. Don't flag the video, please.
With or without a college
Please
degree
don't flag
by
the video.
author Derek Collins.
Please don't
In this
report
book,
the
he's gonna
video.
give you straight to the point, no nonsense.
That's all I need is somebody
Help you
to
take
delete
your
my
life to the
channel.
next
The
level.
CIA,
So go to
the NSA, the FBI to
successclass.org
delete my channel. That's all I
and
need.
purchase the
That's
book
all I
today.
need.
Remember, that's successclass.org. Check out the Hurricane Report. That's a news website dedicated to lovingly serving the Black American community. Go to the website at h-report.news. Subscribe to them and follow them on Instagram at h.
We watching Tyreek Nasheed. We covering the black media for the week. We're gonna see what all the black leaders talking
and
about.
at Twitter at
Know what I'm talking about?
DjOcky215. It's a comical book that you will learn a lot of game.
Hold on, I gotta fast forward.
Also at
Commercials,
HiddenColorsFilm.com.
HiddenColorsFilm.com.
Everybody's upset because we are now doing the same exact thing that they're doing and that they've been doing, but we have more reason to do it. We have more reason to do it because we should have been looking at our own ethnic group for a long time. ADOS, Foundation of Black Americans, we should have been doing this a long time ago. But we've been told by the white supremacists, they've ran the Jedi mind trick on us, telling us that it's best to be on some kumbaya. We're told to be Pan-Africanists. And we think that we're doing something. We thought we were doing something with the whole Pan-Africanism thing. And I'm going to say this like I've always said, there is no Pan-Africanism. And don't be ashamed to say, and don't be afraid to say, there is no Pan-Africanism. See, we gotta start getting
there is no Pan-Africanism. Oh, they say ain't no Pan-Africanism. Oh my God.
It's been one-sided all along. There is no Pan-Africanism.
That's a damn shame.
There is no Black and Brown coalition. There is no ally coalition with the LGBT community. None of that. Every relationship we have with these different groups, it's all exploitive. Everybody gets to exploit us, and we get left holding the bag. And for some reason, we're afraid to say we don't want that relationship no more. We're not afraid no more. We're saying we don't want that relationship no more. We don't want no more fake coalitions. We don't want no more fake kumbaya. There's damn sure no Black-Brown coalition. There is no Black and Asian coalition.
That's crazy.
I mean, look at this week alone. This week alone, I think in New Jersey, there was some, from what I heard in the report, some East Indian anti-black racist teenagers who urinated on a 6th grade black girl at a football game. It sounds like some East Indian kids were trying to show out for the white kids. It's always the wannabe white supremacists going out of their way. And they were showing out at a football game, and one of them, well, I think 2 of them, peed on a little black girl. And let me say this, family. These were 17-year-olds. They got some slap on the wrist charges. This should have been a sex crime. Where the hell is the Tarana Burks and the Me Too's and all of these people? See, this is why we don't never co-sign none of that Me Too trash. Because when somebody in the dominant society, a non-black person, harms a black female, nobody does nothing. None of those folks are nowhere to be seen. See, this is why we have to be our own media. I've been looking for the names of these kids, not even kids, they're damn near grown men, these 17-year-olds, and nobody knows nothing. See, we got to keep an ear to the streets at all times. We need to know who those damn teens are, who their parents are. When they harm our children like this, we better be on code. Because, see, the white supremacists are on code with their little flunkies, and they give them these little weak charges.
This shit goofy out here.
And there was another case in Oklahoma where this black kid, this 20-year-old guy, was dating a Mexican girl, and he went to her house, and the Mexican girl's dad killed him, shot and killed him because he was dating his daughter.
That's crazy.
And the girl was of age. It wasn't like she was underage or anything. He just didn't like the fact that his Mexican daughter was dating a black man. A little black boy, 20 years old. So he shot and killed him, and then killed his black friend too. So this is the coalition that we have. This is the Black-Brown coalition. Black folks, Foundation of Black Americans, we owe nobody nothing. We owe nothing to nobody. Let's get this in our damn heads. We don't owe nothing to nobody. All people do is practice vitriolic anti-black hatred at all times against us. And we feel like we're grateful to get some kind of exotic sex from these people. Get over that, because the sex ain't all that. It's all in your mind. We owe nobody nothing. Foundational Black Americans owe you nothing. All these other groups.
What's going on over there?
A reporter from the New York Times, she's been hitting me up for a couple of months, and I guess they're going to be doing a story about, they're going to be doing some kind of big New York Times story about Foundational Black Americans and ADOS.
Shout out to Tyreek Elite.
So I don't know who else they've been interviewing, but this reporter from the New York Times, she's been hitting me up a
I think
lot.
I'm about to put on that.
And she hit me up this week. It sounded like the article is almost done. I don't know anything about it. I haven't given an official interview. I was supposed, she wanted to do an official interview.
More stuff.
I'm like, sure. But basically, I think they probably listened to a lot of the broadcast.
That Antonio Moore stuff, cuz. I'm cracking up.
Are vegans healthy? Are vegetarians healthy?
What?
French fries and beer are vegan.
What
so you tell me.
hell?
But seriously, the easy part for most of my clients who go vegan or vegetarian is cutting out the meat. What they forgot to include is
white caveman. Yo, don't flag me. Here. You're that built for her. Yeah, that. relaxing, relaxing. What's happening? What's happening? Yeah, that boy. What's happening? No, relaxing. What's happening? You relaxing? We clapping. Guns clapping. Kitty batting. Had to go and get a bag for the drip. Had to get a bag for the drip. Cause they tried to take my drip. They tried to steal my drip. Get a bag for the sweat. You relaxing, maybe bad. These niggas front so tight. The guys get the clapping. Yeah, that boy. Yeah, that's built for this shit. Ain't no relaxing. Yo. Don't flag this though. Please don't flag. I do not own this shit, period. StreamYard. StreamYard, do you work for the police? Do you work for the police? Is you for the people, StreamYard? Is you for the people? Or is you the police? You gonna say? Powered by StreamYard. Do you work for the police, StreamYard?
What is going on, fam? How is everybody doing? Please get your libations or whatever you need to get through the show. We're going to get in it and get out of it and get with it. People have to go to bed. Things have to happen as they have to happen. So listen, please do not forget, today is the 23rd. Guess what happens tomorrow? Book club time. So do not forget to tune in tomorrow, same time. We're trying to make it around 9:40 or 9:30 as opposed to like the usual. Anyway, but please, tomorrow, show up for that. We're going to have the conversation. You can be here if you didn't read the book, but if you didn't read the book, just please don't call in. If you didn't read the book and you want to just have the, listen in, that's fine. But don't call in. Like, I didn't read the book. But can you tell me, do you have an opinion on what's going on with black fisheries in southern Arkansas? No, I'm not. No. It's not a freebie. We're having conversations about the book. And I want people to be able to call in. A lot of people read the book. People want to talk about the book. And that's what I want to see happen. So let's have conversations about the book. Can we do that? Is that possible? So we do a pretty good job of it normally, but I just want to say that. Also, remember, you can please, fam, please hit the like button. Cost you nothing to hit that like button. Please share this with your people. Go to subscribe to tobrown.com. I don't use that very often. I keep it, no spam, no nothing. You can subscribe to the newsletter. That's $2 a month. That's in the description. As always, you can go to donatebrown.com if you want to donate, or patreon.com/YCarnell. All that stuff is available to you. But please hit that bell. I know some people say they didn't get notifications, but please hit that bell to get notifications if you have not, and check and make sure your notifications ain't somehow turned off magically. Cost you nothing to do that. I appreciate it. And, we have to get to the meat of the thing. So we're going to get to the meat of the thing now that we've done business and everybody knows to show up tomorrow. We got to talk about empty drums. Empty drums make a lot of noise, and it's a lot of empty drums. And it's a lot of people who get politics wrong. And so what I'm trying to do, and I'm not trying to, people, oh, wait, you're picking on Roland Martin. I'm not. I'm talking about because he's indicative of a kind of advocacy that is not what we need in an urgent moment. Right? So I'm not picking on any individual. I don't have, I don't have any kind of personal animosity. It's not what I do. But I saw this.
What you say?
from Kamala Harris.
What'd you say, cousin?
And I can't help but remember. I can't forget it. I can't help but remember. Kamala Harris, for the people. Kamala Harris announces Native American platform to restore 500,000 acres of tribal lands. Now, understand that is something that you're doing specifically for Native Americans, right? But you told us that we could not. I'm not going to do anything specifically for Black people. No. You got real high pitch in your voice. I'm not going to do anything specifically like for Black people. No, but I have policies that are going to elevate everybody. And it's going, I got the numbers right here. I got the proportionalities right here that you want to see them. It's still going to impact you, but I'm not going to target you. But you're targeting other groups. So you see this, Kamala's plan to honor tribal sovereignty and lift up Native American communities. Native Americans were here first. Our nation has failed to fulfill our obligations to tribal nations. Today, I released a plan that will honor the tribal sovereignty and invest in Native Americans. Okay? That's what Kamala said. Now, I want you to see what that means, because saying it and seeing what it means, those are two very different things. Here's a little bit of what it encompasses.
Now, before we get to the Sunday evening address, I want for everyone to make certain that they're subscribed to the channel. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. You already like the message, so get more of it. And if you think that you're already subscribed, make sure that you are. YouTube's been spontaneously unsubscribing a number of people, and I want to make sure you're not one of them. Also, be sure to hit the bell icon so you can get notifications. But don't depend on YouTube to let you know when a new video's dropped. You follow me on Twitter, not only do you get to keep up with my little pearls of wisdom that I drop, but you also will be told there whenever a video drops, and you don't have to worry about YouTube not telling you. And be sure to help spread the word. YouTube's trying to strangle the new voices of Black media, trying to stymie our influence and potency, because they work for the exact same white supremacist forces as the alphabet networks do. You don't want to get bamboozled by white supremacy. It's always a good thing whenever you spread the word and let other people know about this YouTube channel and the other new voices of Black media. Make sure to share this video and others like it from the new voices of Black media with as many people as you can. There are other people who will be just as appreciative of hearing this message as you've been. Now, that said, look, it's a pathetic falling star. Oh yeah, Kamala Harris, she's going down in flames. Her campaign at this point is, to all intents and purposes, over. We're just waiting for her to go ahead and throw in the towel. But you got these white media outlets who are trying to find a way to make the bad news look not quite so pathetic. Instead of Politico's headline being Kamala Harris shakes up flailing campaign, all they had to do was delete the first L and they would have had it right. It's a failing campaign. It's already failed. Kamala Harris is done. And even at this late date, she's still finding ways to screw up. She months ago gave up the idea that she was going to be branding herself as a Black candidate because the white media had assured her, don't worry, if you say it, we're just going to repeat it and carpet bomb the public with this. And hey, nobody has more influence than the white media. At least that's what they thought. And Politico begins by saying that Kamala Harris's campaign has dropped so far in the polls that it risks becoming a postscript. Well, you can figure out that. This ain't a postscript. This is a post-mortem at this point. She's already done. Kamala Harris's presidential campaign is already dead. It just doesn't have the good manners to keel over already. That's the only thing missing. But when you read Politico's article, they are basically laying out what we've been telling you for the longest time, that Kamala Harris is no leader. She couldn't lead a DA's office and can't even lead a presidential campaign. Oh, but don't worry, she can lead. She'll be able to handle the presidency. She just can't handle a presidential campaign. As Politico tells the story, aides behind the scenes said that a lack of clarity among staff was largely to blame for the campaign's problems. And look who the campaign chair is, Maya Harris, Kamala Harris's sister. You know, they always advise that when doing business, you want to be real careful about having family members directly with their hands on the money, because that causes all kind of problems. Well, the same goes for presidential campaigns. If you're front loading your campaign leadership with a whole bunch of family members, how the world are you going to check them? How in the world are you going to sit here and say, I found the best qualified people to get me into the White House? Why, here's my sister. Now, she's never run a presidential campaign before. She's never been a president, never advised one. Oh, but I'm sure that she'll help out a lot. The Political article goes on to talk about inexperience across the organization and how this was feeding a growing sense of indecision and aimlessness inside the campaign. And this is coming from Politico. This is supposed to be one of the white media's favorite little mouthpieces, and yet they cannot cover it up. They can't find some way to sugarcoat it. They have to just go ahead and admit the ugly truth. Kamala Harris's campaign is in horrendous trouble, and it has been for a long time. Politico then goes on to note that the campaign did not start holding regular senior staff meetings until September, 9 months after launching. That means just last month, just a few weeks ago, Kamala Harris finally decided that maybe her senior staff needs to actually meet with one another. I would love to say if the campaign was on autopilot, but that would assume that there was actually somebody at the controls. Oh yeah, let's hear it for Kamala Harris. Let's hear it for that I bring youth and I bring energy and I bring experience. Yeah, just not experience at leadership, that's all. Just not experience at organization, that's all. She brings experience, all right. You can ask low down Willie Brown about what kind of experience Kamala has. You know, speaking of which, reminds me about how I told you guys that back when she was Willie Brown's plaything, he got her on California's Medical Insurance Advisory Board. And this woman who had barely made it out of law school, what the hell does she have that qualified her to be on a medical advisory board? Because California state law said that you had to have a few years of experience in the medical industry. You had to be like a doctor or a healthcare provider. Kamala Harris was none of those things. She was a law graduate, not even a lawyer proper, just a law graduate. And yet Kamala Harris, even back then, was talking about experience. That's just her bullcrap term that she drags out, that she puts in front of people. And, well, it seems that the electorate, led by the new voices of black media, are giving her little talk around the truth thumbs down. Yet Kamala Harris figured that she, being a professional BS artist, all she had to do was bamboozle the people one last time. Yeah, but this is different. Kamala Harris is a fool who wasn't able to actually see what was right in front of her. And this is now proving to be Kamala Harris's undoing. The old days of figuring that you'll get a couple of dumb Negroes on the white media to plead your case for you, those days are done. You don't get to play that game anymore. Joy Reid ain't going to put in the good word for you. Roly-Poly Martin ain't going to be able to shuck and jive for you. The breakfast schlubs aren't going to be able to bring you on so you can talk some nonsense about how much you love fried chicken. No, what's happening now is that people, especially black folks, are starting to get their heads right and they're getting serious. Because there are people who are getting the black vote on code. And Kamala Harris figured that she would talk around it. And the white media figured we're going to help her out by basically saying that the black vote isn't so important. At least black men aren't. Now, how the hell are you going to make it to the White House when fully 50% of the black vote has been considered to be off limits to you? You've written off 50% of the black vote. Oh, but the black vote's going to get you in a high office. The math don't work. no matter how many weasel words you try to front load your political rhetoric with.
Oh,
But this is what
princess.
Kamala Harris has done. She's taken refuge
Hey,
inside of her
princess.
own dream world, and what's happening is the new voices of black media are shaking that heifer awake.
Hey, princess.
Now, you had the San Francisco Chronicle, Kamala Harris's own hometown paper, and what they said was that she needs to make sure she stays in front of the camera. Now, of all the stupid advice you could be giving Kamala Harris, that one in particular is stupid for two reasons. One, it's kind of redundant. She's been doing everything that she can to stay in front of the cameras to begin with. So why tell her to do something that has basically been her pathetic MO, her bare bones strategy? I'm just going to try to get as much camera time as possible. She's been doing that since she was running for Senate. She's been doing that ever since she decided that she was going to throw her jughead crown in the ring, and she figured she was going to lay the groundwork for a presidential run. And the second reason that it's stupid is the more Kamala Harris gets in front of the camera, the worse she looks.
Crazy.
Now, the San Francisco Chronicle's advice to her, this is part of the white media in California giving a clearly insincere pro forma show of support. This is just them doing this just because they have to. They know she's done. And when you read the article, the tone and tenor of it makes it loud and clear that the San Francisco Chronicle fully understands that Kamala Harris's presidential campaign has the smell of grisly death all over it. They're looking and going, forget it. She's going down, all hands aboard. They're just showing political courtesy to a fellow Californian, but it's no more than that. The San Francisco Chronicle quotes some political consultant who says that Kamala needs to stay on the media.
I ain't never met a free person. I don't get along with these earthlings. I'm trying to see.
Brother Rich. Hit that like button.
Hey, it's Tony Robbins.
Dean Graziosi, what's up?
Listen, we want to ask you, what do you think it's like to be able to have the privilege?
Peace, family. Welcome to another episode of Underground Railroad Productions. You already know your host, Father Rich. We live in this New York experience. Red is getting ready. Red just finished dropping some jewels to me. Facts. This 2020 Ascension Conference, November 3rd. And it's going to be off the hook, man. We talk about the Joker movie and how the whole theta science and how the silver screen, the movie, it was a deep conversation, man. I look forward to your presentation, my brother. Yes, indeed. I look forward to it as well. Topics such as neuroplasticity, theta waves, all that, yeah. Brain hacking the brain. There's tricks to achieve things at a faster pace than everyone else. So I'm honored to be chosen amongst the gods to carry the collective into 2020. Indeed. Important year. Listen, family, the link is in the description. 2020 ascensionconference.eventbrite.com. If you want to buy advanced tickets, tickets will also be available at the door. If you can't make it and you want to live stream, go to usalivestream.com/ascension and you can watch us via pay-per-view in HD. It's going to be up there, family. But with that being said, Red Man, we're enjoying this. It's a beautiful night in Harlem, New York. That it is. I woke up today and Black Wall Street was trending. Facts. Because of a new series on HBO called The Watchmen. Yeah, Watchmen. Man, all the tweets going out, people saying they never heard of it, white people, black people. I don't know whether to believe them, not to believe them, but I guess the most important thing to talk about is Black Wall Street. And I guess continue to inform our people about what happened and who we were, and because we're just told we were slaves and we didn't contribute nothing.
Facts.
So they don't know we were this prosperous to the point where there was a lot of jealousy going on. Like, talk to me about what you thought about Watchmen.
Well, the power and the magic of a movie such as, or a series such as Watchmen, which is an adaptation of a DC comic book and also an adaptation of a Hollywood movie, came out in, I believe, 2009, if I'm correct. So this TV series on HBO has taken a unique approach where it's introducing an alternative universe. In this alternative universe, Watergate never happened. In this alternative universe, Vietnam was won by the help of Dr. Manhattan. In this alternative universe, Robert Redford is the longest running president who was elected in 1992, right? So in this universe, quantum realities or the quantum realm is being shown in real time, and it's a continuation. I mean, it's basically, by watching this show, it's just basically showing me, like the last show that we had, or the last episode that we had, that there is enormous power in what we call the Hollywood or Hollywood and moving pictures, right? In order to manipulate the quantum universe by bringing forth what is known as alternative realities. And in those alternative realities, we're able to do what? We're able to plant our seeds of our reality, or what we want to emboss on the subconsciousness of the people who are watching our creations, anything that we want. And that's what they've been doing in Hollywood for many, many decades. And that's why we find ourselves where we're at today in this quote-unquote matrix, or this illusion, or this reality, or this alternative reality that we found ourselves in collectively, based off of the programming that we received in our subconsciousness from not just Hollywood, which consists of the media. We're talking the newspapers, we're talking the magazines, we're talking the reality shows, we're talking the daytime shows, we're talking the soap operas, we're talking the movies, the action movies, horror movies, dramas, we're talking comedies, we're talking the sitcoms, we're speaking about animation, cartoons, Saturday cartoons, weekend, Sunday cartoons, weekday cartoons, and the list goes on, right? This assault that we've been receiving from people, or what we would call warlocks or wizards, because they practice high sciences like Kabbalah and things of that nature to manipulate through gematria, through numerology, and a whole bunch of other things, through special effects, through the green screen. You know what I'm talking about? Through all of these things, they're able to shift and mold the human mind. Why do I say that? Because if they control the realms of entertainment and media, they understand while you're in the realm of media, when you're in the realm of media or media, you're in theta mode, meaning that you're at the border of either going to sleep or either staying awake and watching something. How many people have Netflix and chill, and you don't really even get to chill because you fall asleep? You know what I'm talking about? Or you go to the movie theater and you're always feeling like you either want to go to sleep or you go to sleep, but you're in that theta mode. And the subconscious mind doesn't know what? It doesn't know fact from fiction. It doesn't know fantasy from reality. And then what is known as neuroplasticity is taking place, because in this environment, because what neuroplasticity is the fact that your brain is able to rewire itself based off environment, based off of stimulation, and based off of what is being downloaded. What's the perfect place for that to happen but in front of Netflix, or in the movie theater where the lights are dim
You want that popcorn, right? You know what I'm talking about? Well, I'm glad that my brain was able to rewire real quick because this might have turned into blaxploitation. I'm gonna bring back Shaft on these niggas. But what happens is our brains are basically our brains are being rewired in the movie theater. How many people saw Shaft and thought that you was a bad mother? Shut your mouth, right? How many people saw Scarface and walked out of the theater, Young Montana? How many people saw Black Panther and you felt like you was T'Challa? You knew beyond a reasonable doubt because some kind of DNA got triggered and awoken while you were sitting there. Your brain got rewired to see yourself as royalty, to see yourself as the quote-unquote gods and the kings and the quote-unquote, royalty that you are. Facts. You know what I'm talking about? So by what they did in this series, like came out last night, The Watchmen, the star or the heroine is Regina Hall. Regina King. Yeah. Shout out to Regina Hall. Regina King, who is one of the most consistent, right? Not just consistent, but she's one of the most effective melanated Black actresses of our time. Why do I say that? Because she's been working since 227, right? Huh? Where's Jackie? Where's the rest of the staff? Where's Paul at? No, Regina King. Where's Calvin? She been working, and everything in the majority of the movies that she's worked on are what? These are projects that are effective. These are projects that mean something. She's the voice in the Boondocks of Riley and Huey. You dig? She's Riley and Huey. And she has a whole bunch of other things. Go and look up her discography. So she's a heroine in this show. And in the show, in the first 10 minutes of The Watchmen, like I said, this is an adaptation of the original comic book. So if anybody either has a comic book or saw the movie that came out years ago, this is different. This is them taking it into a quantum universe. They created an alternative universe in which they could now do what? Create a narrative and control the narrative and implant new ideas, new concepts, and by doing such, rewire in the neuroplasticity of the viewership. So in this show, it started out and it showed Black Wall Street. It showed the events, right? Because no other Hollywood production, no other TV show, no other HBO or Netflix series have managed to successfully depict through a reenactment, right? A Hollywood reenactment, not somebody just saying what was happening, because we've seen many documentaries where they were able to narrate or voice over pictures, and they even have some footage and whatnot of burning buildings and whatnot. But no, this was a production, and it showed the horrors of the first, I believe, if it was not the first, it might have been the deadliest homeland terrorism attack on the soil of Native or quote-unquote Americans. Black folk, Greenwood, Tulsa, Oklahoma. The outright massacre and the outright genocide of the Black Wall Street of Black America, when Black America was great again, right? When Black America was at its greatest, financially wise. Come on, talk black to me. And this is not a condemnation on our generation, but there were ancestors who were landowners of 300, 400, 250, 200, 100 acres. There's a poster this longer than this mural right here that has Black inventors coming out in the 1890s who made beneficial inventions. Go and Google the list and then take away everything that they created and see what society would be right now. Talk black to me.
There won't be no society.
If you want to measure what their importance is and who the hell they were, take away everything that they created and not what they created, because there's offshoots of the inventions that they created that you niggas got like shit like the clap on. So you be like, well, at least we got the clap on. No, nigga, take all that away and see where you're left with. So the heart, the central, they, you know, one of the most prosperous in the example in the blueprint of what many Black Wall Streets were forming from was destroyed. Not only was it destroyed in real life,
Who was it destroyed by, Red Pill?
it was destroyed by white supremacists, white inferiority complex race soldiers. It was destroyed by white fragilicists because they were actually in their feelings for eons at the outright success. Because you know what comes with black success or melanated success, right?
Tell me.
Huh? A tornado of Becky's. Okay? AKA a lot of action. So they was chosen. Now, dead ass, across the tracks. They were coming across the tracks. Their women were talking about these black men who be mad clean, putting on, always dripping, had all of this money on the other side of the tracks to their trash ass brothers who doubled as their husbands, who tripled as their grandfathers and shit like that. So, out of jealousy, out of hatred, out of fear of a black messiah, and out of a whole bunch of other factors, these Europeans, these Eastern and Western Europeans, you feel me? Who their ancestors participated in genocide and participated in another form of a Holocaust when they cleared out the Midwest. And then when they went up in Texas and whatnot, committing genocide. So they added on. And the rest of their people, their nationality, their race, they covered for them and they covered up that story. So not only did they massacre our people and what is known as one of the most worst massacres on American soil, but they massacred it in a mind of native Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, or Oklahoma in it of itself, or Texas residents. Henceforth, you got all of these people on Twitter like, oh my goodness, I never heard of this, the horror. And I'm like, one, if you're white and you say that you got a black friend and you ain't never heard of Tulsa, Oklahoma, or Black Wall Street, one, you're not listening. Two, you're a white fragilicist and you start getting all uncomfortable when people talk about the shit that we've been through. Three, the nigga who you rolling with or the bedwench or the, you know, that you're rolling with is just glorified help. They just there as the help. And they don't know shit. So our people, I don't know how many percentage of our people are benign neglect or willfully ignorant to whereas they got social media. If you got Facebook, if you got Instagram, or if you have YouTube, chances are, even if you're a knuckle dragger, you've come across those woke niggas posting shit about Black Wall Street because that's on woke entry level. Like when you were woke 101, they teach you Black Wall Street, right? Because they teach Black Wall Street in Victimhood 101. We can't get nothing because they blew shit up back in the days. That's the indoctrination to put you in a fear paradigm. They don't give you Black Wall Street from a powerful, lit production.
So, Red, since we've seen so many people tweeting today, talking about they never heard of Black Wall Street, and we do know you think they're lying. What I would say, Red, is that there is a certain degree, I can understand to a certain extent, considering the fact that, you're right. Considering the fact that they don't teach us shit but slavery in our school curriculum. What I want to ask you, Red, is that, okay, so if they did know this, would things be different right now? If white people was truly taught Black history, would things be any different right now, Red?
Well, see, one of the things that they're interjecting into the show, dealing with them manipulating quantum reality, is reparations. They have one of the arc of the storyline is the fact that there's a white supremacist group that has formed in America, and they kill the police, and the police actually have to operate underneath a mask. The police have to operate in private. The police have to operate in secrecy because of the threat of their family and themselves being killed by this white supremacist group who actually got into power because melanated people were given reparations, right? Under Robert Redford. Ooh. So, you know, that's how they do it. That's how that game is being played.
I gotta watch this whole video.
But what was the initial?
So I gotta watch this whole video.
No, I was asking if things would be different right now. If they did know the truth, is like, you know,
if
Black
them knowing our history, them knowing our history is them knowing their history. It's not one of the you can't keep it out of the thing, right?
Yeah, they always say the fire trucks with red is. They always say that.
Hold on.
They always say that. They be like, yo, every time red is being, you know. They turn it right there. Y'all see that call. Every time Red is being interviewed,
they almost crash into each other.
The fire truck. Every time Red is being interviewed.
We was at the crossroad with the ambulance and the fire truck. You know, laid them out and lit it up. But yeah, man, them knowing us is them knowing them. You can't separate the two. Anything that we reveal is indictments of their falsehood, or it's still peeling away, and it's taking away, and it's creating neuroplasticity in the minds of the melanated people who were given wild fantasy. So once you be like, hold on, you mean to tell me that these people collectively were in on this? You mean to tell me that they always trying to be, I got locked up for having a goddamn open beer in my car, but these are the people in Oklahoma that got away with massacring the people? You know, white or European or white people are shitting in their pants. They're shaking in their boots. That is the fear of a black and more Messiah. That is, come on, talk to me, ancestors. Here I'm talking about. Come through, Agoon. So they're shaking in their boots because they're like, yo, when these people wake up to the fact that they taught us this shit, they gave us the forks, they gave us the soap, they gave us the thongs, nigga. They made this shit do what it do. They fed us, they taught us how to read everything. Oh, they was popping. They had something called Black Wall Street. Niggas was not lazy. They were not on welfare. Oh, it wasn't just called Black Wall Street, like how niggas just call shit Black Wall Street and there's nothing wall about their street. They were actually doing something. They were doctors. They were lawyers. The fact that somebody has to answer why this is not in the history books. Somebody has to answer why there's no movies at Tyler Perry Studio or in all of the 5 studios in Hollywood or on, you know, they couldn't even give you a sitcom at Black Wall Street, nigga. Nothing. So, Coons, Boule, Europeans, the people who are considered to be the gatekeepers or the vanguards or the custodians of our information, they're doing a fucking poor job at hiding it, and they're scared for it to come out because it is going to change what is known as the quote-unquote reality, the collective reality that we all agree to that we're existing in. We're in a quantum universe. We're in a quantum realm, my niggas. Me and my niggas is trapped in some shit that we didn't sign up for. That's why we don't see everybody from our past. I don't think they all here. But nigga, we woke up in some other shit. This is not the world that I signed up for. This is some quantum shit. And it's quantum because of what the programming has been through the gateway or the medium or the platform of media or media. So, and other things, of course.
Wow, man, that's
like
real.
false history, Santa Claus, Christopher Columbus Day.
So I mean, that's real interesting, Red Pill. Like, wow, man. So based on you saying that, do you think Hollywood, like, you know, we talk about what industries we should be involved with. We should get involved in this industry or that industry, the oil industry, or this industry or that industry. Do you think when it comes to the top industry that is the most effective on manipulating, controlling the entire world, do you think that's the move? The Hollywood, the media, is that Hollywood? Are they more powerful? Like, the oil industry versus Hollywood industry. What industry would you rather be a part of and you control if you had an option, my brother?
Well, undeniably, hands down, I would easily sign up to Hollywood, but I would redefine that as the fantasy industry. It's not Hollywood. It's the fantasy industry. And Hollywood is the quote unquote Castle Grayskull. It's the Death Star. You know what I'm talking about? It's the foundation of it. It's where it emanates from. It's the Black Dot.
So it's that powerful. Where
it was created by 5 Eastern European quote unquote Ashkenazis who were running from the pogroms, who were basically fur salesmen and other things. And they started with the Nickelodeons and they started with the vaudevilles, plays and theater and moving pictures. And they went into a land that was uninhabited by moguls and things of that nature. And they brought their creative intelligence. They were on the run from Thomas Edison. They're going to come up with a movie called Current Wars. And I think they're going to cover that in that. So they created collectively what was known as Hollywood. These were people who tapped into the power of the Kabbalah. These people mixed the arts with the sciences. And they became the masters of the universe. They colonized the minds of America. They not only did they colonize the minds of America, they colonized the image of America into their liking. You understand? They steered, and they manifested. They made the Italians likable, nigga. Do you know the Italians were niggas before they were white? Do you know Italians only used to, when they first came here, they was in Louisiana, and they was in other places, they were linked up with the niggas? The white people, the Sicilians was undesirables. Like, the Hollywood Jew created the myth or the fantasy of the Italian mobster, and they didn't show themselves. And they degraded, and they defamed, and they demeaned, they dragged who they said was the person that they was getting a source from. Us, black people, the Moors. You know what I'm talking about? The original Hebrew Israelites. Yeah, pick them up.
I don't know why that happens, but go ahead, Ray.
Yeah, a first-class trip to Beth Israel. You know, they did their thing, but the mind state of these people, these Igors, these people who, you know, had a lot of these, they were trying to do anything that it takes to be accepted in European or white Anglo-Saxon Protestant society, WASP. And we were on a chopping block, and we've been there since. So what I would do is, yes, big oil is power in that. That's lit. But I want to tap into the fantasy. I would take control and power over the fantasy industry and affect cartoons, movies. I would affect the documentaries. I would affect every single thing. Sitcoms. I would affect daytime talk. I would affect everything. Right?
Because he who controls perception controls reality.
He who controls perception controls reality. This is a mental universe. You don't even know what you think your brain is the mind. And you know, we're gonna talk about that on the 3rd. Remember the 3rd of November. Talk black to me. You know what I'm talking about? Woo. So the hollow wood, you gotta remember, just think about it. of people who were running from pogroms, of people who were living in what are known as ghettos, of people who were considered underneath black people.
Can't make this up, family. I don't know what it is about Red Pill. Yeah, keep talking, Red.
These same people, fast forward to where we at right now, are considered to run the world, bro. How did that happen? Facts. How did that happen? Y'all gotta answer that question. They took control of the media. They took control of Hollywood. They took control of publication. Media is the Hearst Publications. It is Rupert Murdoch. It is quote unquote the Koch brothers and all of these other people. Where did they come from? You know what I'm talking about? The media is the news stations. The media is Hollywood. The media is Viacom, Redstone, and all of them. Come on, B. So you don't even know who you are because you never seen yourself in the light that it deserves to be seen in. So I would immediately never call that shit Hollywood. It's Gollywood. It's Gollywood. Talk black to me, ladies. Have you ever had some Gollywood? Yeah. It's not Hollywood. I wouldn't even call what we do.
Watching, brother.
I know kids are watching, so you know. They got Nollywood, shit. They got Bollywood, and those two entities or those two quote unquote genres make as much money as Hollywood, and they don't gotta. Their material is not up to par to our standards, as some of us would say, but they get to their bags, and you know they're not attached to the demonic dark. Right? Do you hear? Even though people have their thing about certain of some of the African movies and some of the Indian movies, they have their level of esotericism, you know, and all of these other things, occultism, and they got some buffoonery and all of that, but it ain't Hollywood. We could define our own genre. That Hollywood shit is too damaged. Yeah. They can have that. I'm not trying to resurrect that, Rich. I don't want to enrich their award shows. I don't want to big up because they're tied themselves all into your wave anyway. I don't want to do none of that.
The Emmys,
everything. I'm just saying. I don't want a lot of their direct. All that shit is a sinking boat. Hollywood is on their way out anyway.
So considering what took place, what year exactly was Black Wall Street, my brother? Around what year?
In the 20s.
In the 20s, 1920s. Wow, not too long ago. At all. Not 2 generations ago.
That's Granny and them.
Yeah, that's grandma. Yes. So that's grandma generation.
Grandpa.
What was the major difference when we look at their success versus our lack of success at being independent or at being business owners? Yeah. What was the major thing, the difference between us and them? Because is it strictly segregation? There's got to be something else besides segregation that allowed them to be so much more successful than our current generation in 2019.
They have Hollywood.
Wow, so you're going back to Hollywood.
They didn't have programming like Hollywood.
The program.
Yeah, they didn't have that level of programming.
Shit.
You understand?
Shit.
Have you read the publications from that time era?
No, sir.
Have you read newspapers or books from the 1800s? Like W.E.B. Du Bois's books? Frederick, I'm just saying the vernacular, the level of intellect that was being input into their writings and their thought processes. And they were coming up with treatises and things of that nature.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The way that they mastered the English language, the way that they took control of the English language and stretched it to its limits is honorable, and it speaks to the you know, the removal of distraction.
You know what? Now that you say that, I remember Tariq. I don't want to quote him directly, but he said the shit we hear in the slave movies, like I don't want massa back. He said that we talk way better than that. And that's him. I don't want to misquote him.
Yeah.
But he was alluded to the point that we were extremely educated. Right. And that they give us this overemphasized ebonics to make us seem somewhat extremely ignorant.
The same you've been around intelligent hoodlums, correct?
Yes.
And it's been well known that in the jail system or the penal system, you know, the inmates, there's a large contingency of inmates who are very well spoken. You know, they mastered the English language expeditiously. So in the movies, though, whenever they depict a gangbanger or whenever they pick somebody from the hood, is it not the same vernacular? Do they not sound like buffoons?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Do they not show any kind of extremities? That's why Wire was so lit when they had what's the dude? Bell? Stringer Bell?
I didn't watch the Wire.
Yeah, well, you know, he was intelligent. He showed depth as a character and things of that nature. He wasn't your average buffoon, thuggish, you know, and that's why Tupac is so powerful, right? He broke those molds. So they tried to paint us as one-dimensional in both slave movies. They depict us as one-dimensional in the thug movies or the gang movies. They depict us as one-dimensional in these comedies. Like, remember when all of the Bill Bellamy's and the, you know, Tommy Davidsons and, you know, they were doing buffoonery comedy type shit.
Right, Bobby Hemmett talked about that, yes.
And they were using ebonics, like Baps, you know, Babs. You know, all of the stuff that comes on BT on Heavy Roro. As if there's no other movies.
One-dimensional shit.
That toxic cycle. Everybody wants to call people toxic, but don't identify the motherfucking toxic programming that has been taking place on the same networks that y'all be trying to die to work for. You know, because on the LBGT bucket list and other people, the Me Too bucket list, and a lot of other people's bucket list, is all of these corporations that have programmed toxicness over the decades. They just found, you know, some shit in Johnson & Johnson's, asbestos.
They getting sued, man.
Big time.
So Tupac and let's take about it. Let's look at a Tupac. That's something. That's some real shit you said. Tupac. I asked you about the difference. You said the programming. They didn't have Hollywood. I thought you was gonna say some other sophisticated shit. Yeah. You said they didn't have Hollywood. Yeah. You got wow. That's I never ever thought about that. That's a deep concept.
Media like that.
That's a deep.
Read the newspapers from back then. Read Garvey's papers, right?
Right.
Read the papers from the 1800s. The level of writing. Remember, the quote-unquote entertainment industry was hated on by the scholars and the intellects of that era because it was said that entertainment will dumb down, pacify, and completely, you know, lower the standards of people.
Wow.
It was folly. You know? Entertainment. It's almost like sugar. It's good for you, but it's bad for you at the same time.
Nigga said entertainment is like sugar. Good.
It's the sugar of the brain, of the mind.
Wow.
Facts. Especially if you don't control, if you're not at the controlling end of creating the entertainment. That's how our people are being subjugated through a lot of mediums with one of the most powerful beings. Because everybody gonna be like, well, what about religion? What about that? And what? Look, there's a hydra out there, out here. It's religion, it's the media, right? And it's miseducation. They got us with that. That's a trifecta. Not too many people could get out of 3 boxes. You know, when you in the escape rooms, that shit is triple tiered. There's 3 levels of chess. It's not that many people who could break out of those levels. As long as they got you in one of them, you still in a box.
Shit, man.
So the work that we do, the spirit work that we do, the decoding work, the you know, the red pill matrix work that we're doing, it is immeasurable. You will not be able to quantify it or give it its valuation in today's times because you niggas are not even quantum yet. Just some quantum shit. You understand? We're changing reality. Damn near the only thing up against this $1 trillion behemoth, this entity, this machine, right? Because the Matrix was a machine. And the Neos and the Morpheuses and the Trinities, those who lived in Zion, not with the Pelicans either, right? Those who was in Zion, they were coming through the matrix, through your phone, and they were waking you up and doing the motherfucking work. When you sleep, they was catching bodies. That's what we doing. Facts. This is the fucking matrix. This is Matrix 44. You know what I'm talking about? Father Rich is Morpheus, red and blue. You know what I mean?
Yo, man.
We still looking for Trinity. Where's she at?
Listen, man. Well, I can't wait for your presentation on November 3rd.
Oh man.
You called the movie theater the Theta Theater.
Oh
man. Off the camera, we were just talking about that. You called it the Theta Theater.
That's what it is.
Shit. Listen, family, if you can't make it November 3rd, get the live stream. This is unfiltered Red Pill. Listen, you never seen Red Pill like this. He's going in. When he starts talking about Theta Theater and neuroplasticity and
oh no, this is 2020 Red Pill.
Yeah, this is 2020.
I'm different.
This is 2020.
You know what I mean? I told you, I went to the UK to the other hemisphere to activate the other hemisphere.
Oh man.
It hit differently. Talk black to me.
Shit, man.
You know?
Listen,
we the Blue Pillar. He about to scorch him too.
Yeah, shout out to Blue.
Shout out to the Shifters as well. We burned down DC this weekend.
Blue Pill Shifters. Listen, man. Leave your contact info before we get out of here, my brother.
Yeah. Cash at money sign Phil Moreland. MORELAND PHIL. You know? Facts2020.org. Like, we're setting up writers' workshops around America. It's that time. It is time to rewrite the story. It is time to tap into the quantum universe and change this thing for the better. And show these people for who they really are. Show yourself and your people and your future and your past for what it really is. Go and research Afrofuturists. November 3rd. Remember the 3rd of November. You know what I mean? Shout out to KT. He will be part of my segment. It's his birthday.
KT got added to the
grand scientist
to the panel.
Yeah, the master decoder.
Tree Master Gano, Billy Carson, Red Pill, Blue Pill, and now KT the arts degree.
Yeah,
wow.
So it's a movie. You know, they said the Joker movie was on par to be the greatest superhero movie of all time, but I think we might be in a close. We're gonna catch up to that. You know, all superheroes. Oh, look, Gano, Shri Master, Gano Grills, in the Wu-Tang series that's out right now. Yeah, that's him right there. In the Wu-Tang documentary, yeah, that's him. And understanding about the Theta Theater and understanding about the power, because look, In Too Deep, that movie, I'm sure that there's multiple people watching it, and that movie transformed your neuroplasticity. It stretched it. It elongated it. It elastic the thought that you could be God, because that was the name of LL's character. How you doing? Right? So it made you feel like you could be God, and you could be a Willie, and you could get it, and you could be Nino Brown, and you could be all of these things. My brother's a part of cinematic history, so he understands that science. Billy Carson, working with Dame Dash being one of the producers of many films, understanding that science, Rockefeller and whatnot, being one of the architects of this reality. Keep that in mind. Huh. What I'm talking about? Because Jay was the talent and he was the manager. Y'all got to understand those relationships. So he's the architect. So that reality is still here right now. And the brother Billy Carson, what he's doing to mainstream media, important. Very important. You know, monumental. Blue Pill, Law 44, Christ consciousness. He's, you know, it goes beyond talking. Legend. So you in for a treat. This is our first lecture where we're gonna be doing it on black magic. This is history.
Indeed. Indeed, man. All right, fam, we out of here. I'm gonna see you on November 3rd. Peace.
James here. Appreciate you spending the next couple of minutes with me. I have earned over, I don't know, about $7 million online in the last 2.5 years. And before that, I was completely broke. I was negative $60,000 in debt. And now today I'm coming from the Bahamas, where I took not only my family, but my wife's family all on vacation. about 3.5 years ago, and before that, her family used to take me on vacation because I had absolutely no money, and I had an excellent job. I was getting paid about $120,000 a year. But to be completely honest with you, I couldn't still afford to go on more than maybe a vacation a year if I wanted to, and I could barely afford a vacation. My mortgage was $4,000 a month, and by the time I took home my net pay, it was bad. I used to take odd jobs. I used to try to, make an extra $200-300 a month by doing certain things. And it wasn't until that I learned this online business, and also all these people have also learned this online business. Okay, we have people that we taught this to now who are earning anywhere between $500 to $50,000 a month with this exact same simple model. All right. This isn't some MLM or network marketing, affiliate marketing, multi-level marketing. This isn't any of that, all right? So the coolest thing that I can tell you is this, is that it's not a very hard business model, and it is something that is needed now and forever.
Joe Button.
Cass. So I don't know where they're going with this, but she sent me a text, and I still got the text. And let me look at it. Let me read it while I'm here. She sent me this. What day was this? 2 days ago. She was like, "Hey there, Tariq. It's me from the New York Times. I got one more question for you about ADOS. Do you consider yourself a member of that movement? You seem to support it and the ideas behind it, but do you count yourself as a member?" And I checked her on that because, number one, when people are talking like that, they're being deceptive. And I hope you're listening, New York Times. When people start talking about, are you a member of ADOS? When they start talking about ADOS group and are you a member of a group, they are deliberately being deceptive. It has been explained over and over again, there is no group called ADOS. There is no group where you can become a member, and they know this. They are deliberately trying to frame it as a group so that it could be targeted by the FBI. This is what they're doing. I want y'all to understand the chess move. Whenever you see somebody say that group, ADOS, it's the group and the members, those are Negroes who are most likely in cahoots with the FBI. You know that it's a lineage we're talking about. It's not a group. You can't become a descendant of slaves. Either you are or you're not. You can't become a member of Foundational Black Americans. I've seen reports saying that Tariq is the leader of the group Foundational Black Americans. There is no group called Foundational Black Americans. There is no group. Either you are or you're not. You were either born with the lineage going back to slavery or you weren't. That's like saying there's a group called Puerto Ricans. That's like saying are you a member of a group called the Irish? Are you a member of a group called Jamaicans? See, this is people getting nervous that we're looking at our ethnic group. That in Puerto Rico. Do I get me a reparation check? Everybody starts playing dumb. See? And then the whole conversation just becomes a bunch of circular, dumb bullshit with all